Hi everybody, I'm JT. Welcome to another video from me here at Campervan Journey. So in this video, I just wanted to give you a quick tour of our brand new van. We're at the very end of our first trip away in it, and safe to say it's been a huge success. We've really enjoyed all the benefits that it's given us over and above our old VW California. But let's give you a little tour around and show you some of the big differences to the old van. So one of the big things we wanted to achieve when we changed from our old VW California was to be able to have some more independence, to be able to stop off at small stopovers and travel a little bit further by being more independent, being more self-contained. And we're here at a stopover at a French orchard in the middle of the Normandy countryside, where we've got no hookup, no mains water, no services, no toilets, no nothing apart from some beautiful countryside. And we've been very, very comfortable spending the night in the new van, and it's given us all of that independence that we were looking for. We still needed to be able to sleep 3 or 4 people, so hence choosing something with a pop top, and to get the additional space inside for the onboard kitchen, bathroom and additional storage, we needed to go for a van that was 6 meters long, which is about 1 meter longer than the California. But at home we've only got space to store a 6-meter van, so our options that we could choose from were limited. Also, in conjunction with that, I had a personal preference for having something that was German engineered, so either a VW chassis, a Mercedes chassis, MAN chassis being part of the VW group as well. And hence the number of vehicles that we could choose from were pretty limited. But our final winner from our choice was this, our Hymer Free S 600, based on the Mercedes Sprinter. And this is probably the biggest difference. Inside we've got so much more space and accommodation for doing all sorts of things. In the California you could spin the chairs round like this and sit with a table, but it was very cosy. And what you certainly couldn't do without the roof being up is stand up. And this is, you've got good ceiling height here for somebody 6 foot tall to be able to stand all the way through. Integrated kitchen with 2 hobs, a sink, loads of storage for kitchen utensils, 3 big drawers. Bearing in mind this is our first trip away, we're still learning what we need and what we don't need. We've probably brought too much stuff. Some of the vans we looked at had a fridge on the end here, which was our preference to have with an opening door, because we felt that it would give more countertop running through. That's perhaps one of the compromises that we made on first sight when we were choosing this van. However, what we have learnt is that the fridge in this van has been amazing. So we've got a really big fridge with a freezer at the top as well, and it's just been like living at home. We've been able to go out and do our shopping, store everything in there. It stayed cool without any issue at all in the hot temperatures that we've had, and everything's been running off our solar panel on the roof. And even more storage at the moment, kitchen cupboard storage. Lots of little cubbies, and then in the back we've got the bedroom area, which Claire and I have been using. The bed, comfortable sized double bed. You've got additional space from the flares on this side, which does make a big difference to being able to sleep comfortably. Without the flares, the Sprinter chassis would be too narrow. Extra windows at the back, and the bed can fold up very easily just using this bottom part of the frame will lift up and clip into place, giving you easy access to the garage storage space underneath. Nice bathroom, a little bit cosy like they all are in this sort of van, but with a toilet shower unit. We haven't used the shower. It's probably something that we'd use in an absolute emergency, but we've been stopping at a couple of campsites to shower if we needed to. And then up top we've got the pop top area, accessible by the ladder, which Harry has claimed as his own.
It is mine.
It is your own, and it's ginormous. We've got a huge bed area up here. If anything, the bed is bigger than the bed downstairs, so if it was just Claire and I going away, then maybe we would sleep up top here. Plenty of space. Has it been comfortable? Very comfortable. Here's got a nice thick mattress, and then underneath the mattress there's the Froley springs as well, which give extra comfort. Integrated lights, some charging points, and then these panels will unzip
Like that.
to give extra light and a nice view from the top as well. Popping the roof up and down is easy, but you do need to be tall to be able to reach to pull down. So that's something that we're getting used to, but it does seem to pack down and fold up a little bit easier than the old roof did on the California. The systems and controls for water levels, electric levels, are all done through this panel here, which is basic but functional. So when we rented the Grand California, there was quite an elaborate panel that looked very fancy, but didn't always work at its best. And this is just a system of lights telling you different levels. You can see with our electric power for our leisure and vehicle batteries, all fully charged, water levels. So for the technical amongst you, it's got a 2-litre diesel engine with a 9-speed automatic gearbox. It's 170 brake horsepower. Performance-wise, it drives equally as well as the California does. Fuel economy I used to get on a long run from the California of around about 38 on this sort of trip, and this van's been giving us about 33. So obviously it's bigger and heavier and got a bigger frontal area, so I think the fuel economy is pretty impressive, and it's very, very comfortable to drive. I also wanted a van that had LED headlights because it gives much better visibility for nighttime driving, and also adaptive cruise control, which again, for those long distance trips that we do when we're in Europe, then that makes all the difference as well. And we will have done best part of probably 1,800 miles by the time we get back to the UK tomorrow. 6-metre van gives us a nice big awning on the side. It gives us a really nice place to sit. The driving position is very car-like, despite it being a Sprinter van, and again I've been very impressed. The comfort that it gives on a long drive has been really good. As I said, the adaptive cruise control for the long journeys has been fantastic. Integration with Apple CarPlay is nice and easy with the touchscreen on there. So you've got very modern connectivity, and it doesn't feel like a van, which is great. Integrated blinds on the windows have given us all the privacy and blocking out the light that we need. We might get a windscreen protector for the winter months. And then at the back of the van, we had a tow bar fitted so we could carry our bike rack, and we were lucky that the Atera Strada bike rack that we already had from the California fits and works pretty well. We're able to get the clearance to be able to open the doors just about with a bit of a jiggle. So it is tight, but it's possible to do that. And then we've got our garage space under here. So behind the chair storage here, there's the gas cupboard. There's room for 2 gas bottles, 2 large storage drawers in the back here, an additional storage drawer here. And again, as I said, we probably brought too much stuff with us, and we can probably rationalise this down a little bit. But we've got in here a ground sheet, a general storage bag that I've carried for years, which will carry the Kodak and screen wash and an oil top up, a few emergency bits and pieces. And then it's easy to fold the bed up and lift it out of the way, clips in, and then once you've done that, you can actually walk all the way through. The graphics we had done to the side of the van just to try and break up, because I felt that it was a big van with a large area, just breaking it up with a bit of design would, I just thought it would look good, and I hope that you think it does too. There's plenty of room for us to stick our destination stickers on as we travel around, which is, again, if you follow the channel for a while, you'll know that I do like to collect a sticker from all the places that we've been to. On the top of the pop top, not sure if you can see it from here, we had a solar panel fitted. Probably just about see it on the roof. This was fitted by company in Poole, and it charges into the van's got from the factory had a lithium battery. So all the time that we've been away, we have had very good weather for most of the time, but we've had no need at all to use electric hookup, even when we've been on campsites. The lowest that the battery level has gone down to on the readout has been around about 40%, so that solar system is working very, very effectively. The van's fitted with all-season tyres, which are 3-peak mud and snow rated, so they should hopefully do a good job if we travel to the mountains again next year. If not, then obviously we can consider changing them for something that's even more aggressive in its alpine abilities. But I didn't want to go for something that is too chunky or too off-roadery. If you've watched any of the other videos from our trip away, you would have seen that there was one point at a campsite in the Alsace where we were camping on some very boggy ground, and we did actually not struggle to get off, but it was if there'd been any more rain, then we might have had a problem getting out. But to be honest, I think that would have been the same if we'd had even chunkier tyres as well, because they just would have dug in and made even deeper furrows. But we managed to get out, and we're here today to tell the tale. So are there any negatives? Are there any downsides? Well, not many. I mean, if I was going to give it trying to be objective, trying to give it a score out of 10, I'd say that it's probably a good 9 out of 10 in achieving what we were looking for with a van to replace the California. Harry tells me that the travelling seat is comfortable, which is great news. That was one of the key things we wanted to make sure that for longer trips he had a comfortable travelling seat. It's possibly going to be a little bit tight for 2 people to travel in there for a long distance, but we'll see how we go with that. So maybe not quite as good as it could be, but it's certainly a lot better than some of the comparison vehicles that we looked at. The van is very tall, so we're best part of 2.8 metres tall, which is taller than many of this type, and that's partly to do with the fact that we've got the pop top as well. So just have to be mindful of the height when we're travelling around, and obviously that does limit being able to access some height restricted car parks, which generally to be at around about 2 metres. But so far we haven't had, I think there's only been one time on this trip when we couldn't access a parking area due to height, and there's been no issues with travelling. You just need to be aware of the height limitations. Just remembering that, you know, whilst it's a bigger van than what we're used to, it's the same size as a normal delivery van for Amazon, postal services, DHL, that sort of thing. So you see those rattling around the streets all over the place. So if one of those can get somewhere, then there's no reason why we can't do the same in the camper. So time will tell if there's anything else negative that we pick up, but so far I think there's a couple of tiny little niggles that we can look at and get sorted out, but nothing of major consequence. But generally I think it's safe to say we're very, very pleased with our new purchase, and we're in a very fortunate position to be able to buy it. After a lot of consideration, we made a choice. I think we've made a right choice. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've got any questions at all, please drop me a message. I'll be very happy to answer. And one thing we did learn over the process of choosing this is that there is no such thing as the ideal van. Every van, every camper van is going to have a compromise. It's just whether it's a compromise you're prepared to live with or not. But so far, having enjoyed our trip away with the 3 of us, it's safe to say that we're very, very pleased with our new Hymer campervan. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to hit subscribe. Join us on the channel for future videos, and we look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.